the FOX29 studios, this is Good Day Philadelphia.
Okay, 7:33. Well, here we go. Big story. The former president of a Temple University fraternity is out on bail after they posted $200,000. The bail was what? $1 million.
Well, 21-year-old Ari Goldstein is charged with attempted rape, intimidation, and other offenses. The DA's office says he was arrested in Boston Tuesday before boarding a flight to Israel. His attorney tells FOX29 his client's trip to Israel was planned for a long time and says the district attorney and police knew about it. The charges come after two female Temple students say they were assaulted inside a fraternity, AE Pi, Alpha Epsilon Pi, earlier in the year. That fraternity is currently suspended.
So Joseph Marrone is here, attorney at law. At one point, wasn't the bail $10 million?
Yeah, it started at 10, and then ultimately it was $2 million.
Why so high? I mean, good. I mean, but it's high.
So when they look at bail, they look at the severity of the crime, right? It was attempted rape, and then one of the other factors is flight risk. He's getting on a plane to leave the country.
Oh, so they knew he was going like it.
He knew the charges were coming. He had an attorney. They were talking to the DA's office. So the mere fact that he was getting ready to leave the country, when they brought him back, he went in front of the magistrate. Immediately, that moved the needle to $10 million. I mean, ultimately, his lawyer went back in front of the magistrate and reduced it to $2 million, paid 10%. But that's why it was so high. If he would have just turned himself in and there was no attempt to leave the country, it would have been $100,000.
So he paid $200,000. Somebody did to get him out.
His parents apparently scraped it up, according to the lawyer.
$200,000. So what's to keep him from getting on a plane?
Well, they probably took his passport.
Okay, so that way he can. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the lawyer is also talking about part of the reason might be because of the Me Too movement, about why it was so high as well.
Well, this DA's office and Larry
DA's
Krasner has made it clear he's taking a very, very hard stance on sexual assault cases, and we know all about this type of sexual harassment and what's going on. So they're going to take a very hard line on prosecution for sexual harassment.
And they released a response to this, Goldstein, his attorney, saying the Me Too movement and movements of the like are serving a very good cause, a cause that I personally believe in. But at the same time, there's a sentiment that I know exists throughout this country that people are just jumping on a bandwagon years later, and suddenly others are destroyed. But in this case, was it really years later? I mean, wasn't this something two students came forward?
Well, this allegedly happened in February. She finally came forward 6 weeks ago. I think the attorney's using this as somewhat as window dressing for his case. I mean, the girl made a complaint. They're investigating it. There was enough evidence to arrest him. It's very serious attempted rape, and they're going to prosecute accordingly.
So what all is he accused of?
Well, I think the key charge is attempted rape.
Okay.
Some level of harassment, assault. He had her alone in his bedroom in the fraternity. He had the music on loud. He attempted to attack her, and she pushed him away and got free.
What about the fact that I think she had said at one point, or maybe it was another woman in the house.
Yeah, there was other complaints.
She was drugged, had to drink.
Well, that's what's taken this thing to another level. There's other women who have come forward and said other fraternity members either assaulted them or drugged them.
Yeah, one of them said, I woke up the next morning in bed next to a fraternity guy, but not necessarily this Ari kid.
Right. So this has all the earmarks of really a horrifying scenario in a fraternity, which is why they suspended the fraternity. They were supporting and behind the university 100% because obviously everybody's smelling civil lawsuits at this time.
That's for sure.
That's a big problem.
So you expect more arrests.
Right, and it almost like mirrors in Penn State where you had the hazing incident.
Right.
I mean, they paid a significant amount of money in that case, and I think they're seeing this about to happen, so everybody's backing up and cooperating. But this behavior is not an isolated incident. It's multiple students, and that's why.
As a group, they were doing this.
Yeah, so we're going to see definitely the.
And he was supposed to be in charge of the whole house, right?
He was the president. No longer, but he was the president.
Joe, thanks.
Always
Thank you.
Good weekend.
Thank you, Alex.